Hello friends, so this is the third video lecture of chapter 3 Plant Kingdom, class 11 Biology. Okay, so till now what we have studied is that plant kingdom can be classified into divisions. Okay, what are those divisions? Do you know that kingdom is further divided into division? If we do further classification, then it provides us with different division. And if particular division is further divided, then it is divided into classes. And this goes on to order, family, genus, species. You have already learnt in chapter 1. Okay, so plant kingdom mein what we have seen is, till now I have, in the first video lecture I have given you the brief of, regarding the what all topics and what all divisions, classes you would be studying in detail in this chapter. Also, I have given you certain characteristics, the introductory points of those divisions, like algae, bryophytes, okay, the pteridophytes, gymnosperms, angiosperms. These divisions, regarding certain characteristics I have already provided you. Along with this, we discussed, how classification takes place, how these classification systems are involved, what all things are involved, how they are classified, on what basis do these classification system classifies the organisms or that particular plants. Then in this video lecture, we are finally going to start with our first division, that is what? Algae. Okay, in case if I am talking about algae, which is a division, so if I further divide algae, then that would be classes. Not wasting much time, in this video lecture we start with division algae, that means its general characteristics. What you see here written are the general characteristics of algae. Suppose if you got some plant-like organism and if you identify whether it should be included in kingdom plant, then you would be observing certain characteristics. Again, in kingdom plant, in which division you want to, inculcate this organism, this plant-like organism. So, you would be observing general characteristics that the organism should have. If those general characteristics matches with these general characteristics of algae, major, not all, because this is not a machine like thing कि ये सब होना चाहिए. No, if majority coincides with the characteristics which you are observing of that particular organism, if it coincides with these characteristics, then you can inculcate this in the division algae. Now here if we talk about general characteristics of algae, first is chlorophyll bearing. So algae is a chlorophyll bearing organism, or you can say plant. Okay, it is simple. Why? If you notice, we discussed that when I classified the plant, I started with algae, I moved down to bryophytes, then pteridophytes, then gymnosperms, then angiosperms. So if I start with algae was, if you remember, algae won't have embryo stage, while bryophyte had. Okay, algae won't have vascular tissue, bryophytes also not, but pteridophytes had, and after that gymnosperms and angiosperms were also having vascular tissue. So the thing is that algae was the most underdeveloped and angiosperms are the most well developed among the plants. So you see the fun. Yes, like algae is is according to evolution, algae is underdeveloped and angiosperm is the most developed. So we are dhire developing and moving towards that. So we are starting with most simple and not much developed plant, that is algae. Okay, then thalloid. Are you able to recall thalloid? Okay, if I introduce a term thallus, I guess now you would be able to. We have already discussed in video lecture 1. Thallus. Be fast. No, true, roots, stems and leaves. Okay, such structure body which is not having stems, roots, leaves, then too also included in plant. Then that is the thyroid body, and that is of algae. Okay. We move down to next, autotrophic. Obviously, if it is chlorophyll bearing, it would be performing photosynthesis, so it would be autotrophic. Okay, we are done with this photosynthesis. Then they are largely aquatic organisms. So algae are aquatic organisms. Okay. Apart from this, what are the different habitats? Moist stones, soil woods, in association with fungi and animals. Algae जब fungi के साथ association करेगा, that association is referred as what? That association is referred as lichen. That association is referred as lichen. And when this algae associate with animals, for example, which animal? For example, sloth bear. The sloth bear, the algae forms association with sloth bear. Therefore, this is one kind of example. So, the thing is, algae, apart from in aquatic environment, it is also found on moist stone, soil, wood, association with fungi forming lichen, association with certain animals, for example, sloth bear. Done. Habitat done. Their general morphological characteristics done. Next, form and size of algae. Okay. Does form and size of algae differs with different kinds of algae? Obviously. So it is having different forms and size. Like it starts from microscopic unicellular to massive plant body up to 100 meters. So microscopic से 100 meter तक का they are having the range of size. There are forms like microscopic, colonial, filamentous. What do you understand by microscopic? You require microscope to observe these kind of unicellular organism, that is Chlamydomonas. For example, Chlamydomonas is one of the algae which is microscopic as well as unicellular. If we talk about colonial, they form colony. If you observe in your textbook, there is one figure, ball-like figure or spherical figure is given of that of volvox. It is forming colony, and this colony is that too also arranged in a spherical fashion. Okay. Filamentous. Have you ever seen Spirogyra? Something like this. I guess if I am not making DNA, but something like this. That means it is filamentous structure. And if you if you observe in habit the Spirogyra, then it is something like this. That means it is occurring in filamentous form. So filamentous form, Spirogyra, Eleutheryx are the examples. Massive plant bodies like structure that algae is having is nothing but kelps. The scales is moved to 100 meters of size. Okay, so these are the different size and forms like microscopic, unicellular, Chlamydomonas, filamentous, Spirogyra, Eleutheryx, colonial form, volvox. Okay, massive plant body scales, size varies or goes up to 100 meter. Okay, so this is this how the form and size varies in algae. Done. Next, reproduction. Okay, so reproduction can be vegetative through fragmentation. I hope you are well aware with fragmentation. What is fragmentation? That particular fragment of the body of that algae is having the capability to develop into another new whole organism. Okay. Fragmentation, vegetative, done. Then if we talk about asexual reproduction, so asexual reproduction में आ जाएगा spores. Through spores होता है. Most commonly it is zoospores. Why do we refer these spores as zoospores? So zoo comes from animals. Okay, why we say zoo for animals? Animals are able to move, plants are not able to move. Since spores are also able to move because they are having flagella. So with the help of flagella, if the spore is able to move, therefore these are known as zoospores. Are you with me? I am saying asexual reproduction takes place with the help of spores. Most commonly, the asexual reproduction takes place with a kind of spores, that is zoospores. Why zoospores? They are referred as zoospores because these spores are motile. They are able to move. Okay, zoo that comes from animal, zoo wala animal. Why? Because the animals are able to move. Okay, so these spores are able to move. They are having flagella. Therefore, they are able to move. They are motile. Okay. Apart from this, there is another, that is sexual reproduction. So we have already studied in your lower classes also that sexual reproduction involves fusion of gametes. Fusion of gametes. Okay. So vegetative reproduction, in case if we talk about egg, it occurs through fragmentation. Asexual reproduction occurs through spores, mostly zoospores. And in case if I talk about sexual reproduction, it involves fusion of male and female gametes. Now there are three types of sexual reproduction. There are three types of sexual reproduction, and these are, okay, why I'm explaining you here is you would be encountering these terms many a times in these chapters: isogamous, anisogamous, oogamous. So these are the three types of sexual reproduction. In case if I talk about isogamous, okay, if you sandhi vichhed, if you break the term, okay, sandhi vichhed करें इसका isogamous. Iso means same, gamous means gametes. Iso means same, gamous means gametes. Okay. So, same gametes, isogamous. That means here in this kind of sexual reproduction, fusing gametes are similar. Iso means same, they are similar. Gametes are similar. Okay. Cannot be distinguished into male and female. You won't be able to identify, अच्छा ये male gamete है, ये female gamete है. नहीं. They are exactly similar, same. Therefore, isogamous. Example is, there are two examples: flagellated, non-flagellated. Flagellated include Chlamydomonas, non-flagellated includes Pyrogyra. In case if I talk about anisogamous, another type of sexual reproduction. So here the fusing gametes are morphologically dissimilar. Morphologically dissimilar. They are similar. So anisogamous. An, पता है वो opposite पढ़ते थे, है ना? आगे जैसे यहाँ पे है मोटाइल, इमोटाइल, आयन लगा दिया, पॉसिबल, इम्पॉसिबल. सिमिलरली आइसोगेमस, एनाइसोगेमस, दैट मीन्स नॉट सिमिलर. ठीक है, आइसो मीन्स सेम, नॉट सिमिलर gametes. So fusing gametes are morphologically dissimilar and can be distinguished as male and female. So dissimilar है, so you can identify, yes, this is male gamete, this is female gamete. So example of anisogamous sexual reproduction, the organisms in which this type of sexual reproduction occur is some species of Chlamydomonas. So if you observe carefully the examples, Chlamydomonas, flagellated Chlamydomonas, undergoes isogamous sexual reproduction, while some species of Chlamydomonas also undergoes anisogamous sexual reproduction. So the question can be asked, which of the following, with the MCQ based question, this question can be asked, that which of the following organisms undergo isogamous and anisogamous sexual reproduction? So what would be your answer? The answer would be Chlamydomonas. Done. Next, third type of sexual reproduction is oogamous. Okay, oo refers to the something related to egg. And if you move down to the egg, then there is one egg and there is one sperm. So egg is generally large. It is immotile. It won't be able to move. Sperm is small and it is able to move. In case of human, this occurs. Similarly, in oogamous, what happens is fusing gametes are dissimilar as same of anisogamous. But what is the difference? Here, male gamete is small and motile. It is able to move, just as that of sperm. Here, female gamete is large and immotile. So it is large and it is not able to move. So the sperm, or you can say here the male gamete, not you can refer the sperm until you move down to the human reproduction. So here you would be referring this as male gamete. So male gamete is small and motile. So it would be moving to the immotile large female gamete. So in these, if these kinds of gametes, are involved in sexual reproduction, then that sexual reproduction is oogamous sexual reproduction, and it occurs in volvox and fucus. So these are few examples, okay, of algae which undergoes different types of sexual reproduction. Okay, so this is about general characteristics. What all things? 4 general characteristics. First was the introductory, that it is chlorophyll bearing, it is simple, it is having thalloid body, it is autotrophic. Since it is bearing chlorophyll, it would undergo photosynthesis, therefore autotrophic, and is largely aquatic. So एक तो ये हो गया. Habit में aquatic तो है largely. Apart from this, it is also found on moist stone, soil, woods. They form association with fungi. The association name is lichen. If they form association with animals, then you can include slug there. In case if I talk about form and size of algae, so it varies from microscopic to massive up to 100 meters. So we see microscopic unicellular Chlamydomonas, colonial form volvox, filamentous form Spirogyra elatrix. Massive plant bodies अगर बनाते हैं algae, then it is kelps, which is of 100 meter. Okay. In case if I talk about reproduction, so reproduction में सारा होता है, vegetative भी होता है, sexual भी होता है, sexual भी होता है. In case if I talk about vegetative reproduction, it basically commonly or most frequently goes with the fragmentation. If I talk about asexual, then with the help of zoospores. But in case if I talk about sexual reproduction, obviously it would be involving fusion of gametes. But it depends on the shape and size of gametes. There are different types of sexual reproduction, and these terms isogamous, anisogamous, oogamous, you would be encountering in the theory which you be just now. After this, you would be studying about the classes of algae: chlorophyceae, phaeophyceae, rhodophyceae. So in that also these terms would be involved कि भाई इनमें कैसा reproduction होता है, तो इसमें isogamous होता है. So you would be aware what is isogamous. So isogamous is same gametes are involved here. The fusing gametes are similar. You cannot distinguish between male and female. Example is, if we talk about flagellated, then Chlamydomonas. Non-flagellated, Spirogyra. Done. Next, in case if I talk about anisogamous, fusing gametes are dissimilar. Okay, this is dissimilar is same in case of oogamous. Then what is the difference between the two? Anisogamous में dissimilar है, but oogamous में क्या है? Dissimilar कैसे? The male is small and immotile compulsory, and female is male is small and motile. It is able to move. In case if we talk about female gamete, then it is large and immotile. But here they are not specifying, but they are morphologically dissimilar in anisogamous. Example was some species of Chlamydomonas. And in case if I talk about oogamous, the example is volvox and fucus. So we move down to next, that is classes of algae. Now here we would be comparing 3 classes of algae. We would be studying 3 classes of algae in the form of comparison. Okay, so there are 3 classes of algae: division algae, chlorophyceae, phaeophyceae and rhodophyceae. So on the basis of, I have not written the characteristic on which or on the basis of which I am classifying. I would be letting you know, but when you would be making this table, you just add one more column and row. Okay, regarding what? Regarding the characteristic, like the first is on the basis of common name. Okay, so you can write it like here you insert one more and you write common name. Okay, so on the basis of common name, what is the common name for chlorophyceae? Green algae. For phaeophyceae, brown algae. For rhodophyceae, red algae. Second, on the basis of major pigments. Major pigments. So this is the another characteristic on the basis of which I am classifying the 3 classes of algae, that is Chlorophyceae have major pigments chlorophyll A, B, chlorophyll A, chlorophyll B, carotene and xanthophylls. So these are responsible for making the algae green. In case if I talk about brown algae, it is chlorophyll A, C, fucoxanthin. This fucoxanthin is responsible for providing this algae brown color. Similarly, chlorophyll A, D, chlorophyll D, phycoerythrin and phycocyanin are the major pigments of red algae. Done. Next, if we talk about, on the basis of next characteristic, on the basis of storage of food. Okay? So you can write food storage. So in Chlorophyceae it is starch, that is in green algae it is starch. In Phaeophyceae it is mannitol or laminarin. So these are mannitol and laminarin are the food stored by the brown algae, which is, since the algae is autotrophic, it would be making its own food. So this would be starch, this would be mannitol, laminarin. In case if we talk about Rhodophyceae, it is red algae. It stores food in the form of Floridian starch. Its structure is similar to amylopectin and glycogen. तो glycogen means amylopectin के structure से थोड़ा बहुत मिलता जुलता is that of Floridian starch. Okay. And this mannitol and laminarin are complex carbohydrates. Then next, if we differentiate on the basis of cell wall composition. So the green algae, the cell wall is made up, the cell wall is very rigid in green algae. The cell wall is rigid. Its inner wall is made up of cellulose, its outer wall is made up of pectose. In case if I talk about brown algae, the cellulose is made up of cellulose and elgin. Elgin is forming a gelatinous sheath around that algae, brown algae. Red algae में the cell wall is made up of cellulose, pectin and polysulfate esters. So this is nothing but the composition of cell wall in each class of algae. Next, this is the number of flagella, ठीक है, and about their insertion कि कहाँ पे present है, ठीक है. जैसे फ्लैजिला 2 to 8 होता है ग्रीन एल्गे में, ब्राउन एल्गे में 2 होता है और रेड एल्गे में एब्सेंट होता है फ्लैजिला. अच्छा, अगर ग्रीन और ब्राउन में है तो ग्रीन एल्गे में द फ्लैजिला आर इक्वल, दे आर प्रेजेंट एट अपिकल पोजीशन ऑफ दैट बॉडी ऑफ द एल्गे. बट इन केस इफ आई टॉक अबाउट ब्राउन एल्गे, द एल्गे आर अनइक्वल एंड द इंसर्शन इज on the lateral side of the body. If I talk about on the basis of habitat, we can differentiate the three. That is, basically the green algae are mostly fresh water, while both brown algae and red algae are mostly marine. Okay. Next, on the basis of reproduction. So in Chlorophyceae, basically sexual reproduction. All types of sexual reproduction occurs in Chlorophyceae and Phaeophyceae. That means green algae and brown algae. But in red algae, only oogamous type of sexual reproduction takes place. Examples. Examples you would be observing. I have written a trick for remembering the examples. Like CCSUV. You have to write the examples. That's why I asked you to insert one column also, one row also. So one for characteristics and one for examples. So C here refers for Chlamydomonas. Another C refers for Chara. CHA. Chara, whatever you want to spell. Spirogyra, Ulothrix, Volvox. CCSUV. Chlamydomonas, Chara, Spirogyra, Ulothrix, Volvox. Here the examples of brown algae: Dictyota, Sargassum, Ectocarpus, Laminaria, Fucus. Okay, I spelled very fast because these all examples are mentioned in textbook also. I would be repeating: Dictyota, S stands for Sargassum, E stands for Ectocarpus, L stands for Laminaria, F stands for Fucus. Then next, if we talk about this So for trick for remembering the examples of red algae is G2P2. That is Giladium 1G. Second G is for Gracilaria. Giladium Gracilaria. P2 Policifonia porphyra. Done. So these are the examples. You know with correct spelling write the examples and you would be making this kind of column. Now some on the basis of some special characteristics, okay, that is only found in these types of algae. So if I talk about green algae, so here the chloroplast of green algae can be in various sizes or shapes, you can say, not sizes but shape, like discoid shape, plate like shape, reticulate. Reticulate, that means something oblong like, or having net like or mesh like structure, that is reticulate. Endoplasmic reticulum, because it was forming network. Wherever you encounter with the term reticulum, it is something related to network. So it would be forming network like structure, cup shape, okay, it could be spiral, it could be ribbon shape. So chloroplast in green algae would be having different kinds of shapes. Another special characteristic for green algae is they are having pyrenoids. These are the storage bodies which are found in the chloroplast of Chlorophyceae. Pyrenoids, apart from storing starch, are also responsible for storing proteins. Instead of storing starch, they are also storing proteins. Okay. Store food. Okay, some species of this Chlorophyceae, okay, very important to mention, some species of Chlorophyceae store food in the form of oil droplets. Okay. In case if we talk about brown algae, what are the special characteristics? One which we have already discussed, kelps may attain height up to 100 meter. Okay. Now these are having three body parts. Holdfast. Holdfast is helping the brown algae to attach to the substratum. Stipe is a stalk-like structure to which this stalk is joining the holdfast in frond. What is frond? Frond is leaf-like photosynthetic organ. Leaf-like photosynthetic organ is the frond. Frond is attached to the holdfast with the help of a stalk called stipe. ये stalk stem-like structure. तो वो होगा stipe. Next, gametes and spores are pyriform in case of brown algae. That means spear shape. So pear-shaped gametes and spores are there in brown algae. In case if we talk about Rhodophyceae, so the special characteristic of Rhodophyceae that is they occur in well-lighted regions as well as where there is very little light penetrates. That means very deep in oceans. Okay, so this is the only photosynthetic algae which is also found deep in the ocean. So this was in the form of comparison, three different classes of algae: Chlorophyceae, Phaeophyceae and Rhodophyceae. So here we end with the discussion regarding the general characteristics of algae and the characteristics in the form of comparison regarding the three different classes of algae.